And we are in Nigeria first this Monday morning. The Independent National Electoral Commission of the country has maintained its stance on the February 18, 2023 date for the presidential elections. Now, this is coming after troops arrested 13 suspected Boko Haram terrorists around filling last year in the Otoro axis of Kano State.
Now, the suspects were arrested by troops of 3 Brigade of the Nigerian Army during an operation in the northwestern region of the country. Recall that INEC Chairman Mahmood Yakubu on October 15, 2020 had announced the date for the 2023 presidential election.
But some questions and concerns have been raised concerning the dates, most especially the spate of insecurity in the country. Now, to bring on more on this, our Abuja-based correspondent Amadine Uyi joins us once again this Monday morning on Breakfast Central. Amadine, good morning. Welcome back to the program.
Good morning, Olisa. Good morning, Oluchi.
Good morning, Amadine. Now, Amadine, tell us what you know at this time regarding the February 18, 2023 date announced by INEC. What really is fueling these concerns about the possible changes? Can we even hold them to their words or hold them by their words that they may?
You know, this scenario is not the first time it's playing out. Why do I say it's not the first time it's playing out? If you have followed the 2019 elections, the 2015 elections, you see what the commission does is that the commission comes out with a work plan so that at the end, it follows the work plan and elections hold. But the truth about the matter is that sometimes every sequence of events is not fully in the hands of the commission. Sometimes there are certain sequences that either the federal government, either the political parties and others have to fulfill to ensure that the INEC meets its work plan. But at the end of the day, when they fail, they want to blame the commission. They want to blame the commission for failing. Now, the commission has set the February date for elections. But remember that, first of all, one of the things that will guarantee this election to hold is the fact that the Electoral Act must be amended by the National Assembly. And if the Electoral Act is amended, then INEC can sit down at this point. It's less than 2 years to the general elections. INEC can sit down and say, now the Electoral Act has been amended. This is the Electoral Act gives us legal powers to perform so activities. This is what we are going to do. This is what we are going to do. Also remember that Nigerians have been clamoring for electronic voting. If the Electoral Act is amended and the National Assembly approves electronic voting, then INEC will need to engage vendors who will supply those materials and machines. INEC will have to train its staff, and INEC will have to do a whole range of activities. So at this point in time, that is why stakeholders are afraid.
Okay.
If by now, yes, just last week before the National Assembly went on a salary recess, the President of the Senate once again says that the Senate will work towards ensuring that the Electoral Act is amended. But the time, as of this time, nobody knows. That is why stakeholders are already apprehensive and jittery that yes, INEC has come with a work plan, but we as a nation, as a people, we must help INEC achieve his work plan.
All right, you just talked about the electoral bill, which as you mentioned as a factor, but many people are going to be thinking about insecurity because some have said that the announcement of these dates came perhaps too early. Do you agree with that, with INEC saying that it's this February 18th date when we have security problems all around the country that hasn't been solved yet?
I don't think the security challenges will affect the election because we have, like I said, more than 18 months, though it's less than 2 years for the next general election. Remember in 2019, people expressed the same fears that if in Borno, the heart of the insurgency, where Boko Haram is mainly domiciled, if elections could hold in 2015, 2018 in Borno and other parts of the country, then I don't think the current security situation will affect planning for the elections.
So it's not too early to announce the date then, from your perspective, for INEC then?
No, like I said, INEC has a work plan. And based on that work plan, I think that is why it announced the date and said, based on our work plan, on our timeline of activities, the election will be on the 18th of February.
Okay.
All right.
At this point in time, I don't think we can blame the commission. It only tells us that the commission is prepared and the commission is putting things in place to ensure election holds as at when due.
All right, talking about preparation, you you made mention of something, which is the electoral voting. Should it be approved? Now, how prepared is INEC? Because we have some remote places where even during the last election, there were issues that came up during the election time. We're looking at electronic voting. If eventually electronic voting is passed into law and is to be implemented, how effective will this be in the local governments? Not forgetting that we have over 700 local governments, 774 to be precise, across Nigeria. And in terms of electronic voting, how would that work?
For me, I think it would be unfair to judge INEC based on the last election, because after the last election, we have had about 1 or 2 staggered elections. We have had elections in Edo, and after that, we have had elections in Ondo, and we have seen a remarkable improvement. What the commission did was that after the 2019 general elections, it went back to its drawing board and said, this is where we had challenges. And he brought out a new blueprint to be able to surpass those challenges. If you follow the Edo election, INEC was on ground and the Edo election went on smoothly. In fact, Nigerians came to commend the commission. After the Edo election, we went to Ondo election, and it also went smoothly. So for me, I think let's look at the most recent elections, which are the staggered elections, and judge the commission based on its performance in those staggered elections. But be that as it may, the commission still admits that it needs to improve. There are certain issues that has to do with logistics, that has to do with transmission of results. What the INEC did was that it brought up a portal where people could upload the results from the polling units down to the portal, and Nigerians could verify. So it brought that trust. Then also of recent, the commission has looked and said, see, we need more polling units based on, we might not have the legal rights to be able to create new ones, but we are going to convert our polling points to polling units so that Nigerians will not have to walk long distances to exercise their franchise.
Thank you so much, Ahmadine. Because of time, we may just have to come in at this point. But of course, you've said quite a lot, which we've taken note of, talking about the new, how the last elections in some states in Nigeria went and what we expect from INEC come 2023.
Thank you very much, Ahmadine Uyi, our Abuja-based correspondent and bureau chief. Thank you very much once again.